There's a strange moment almost everyone has experienced. You walk into a store or open an app, planning to buy one thing. 10 minutes later, you're walking out with a bag full of items you never planned to touch. Or your digital cart is overflowing with things you didn't even know existed an hour ago. And somehow it feels good at first. Then the guilt kicks in. Why does this happen? Why do smart, responsible adults buy things they don't need, don't use, and sometimes don't even like? Here's the twist. Impulse spending has almost nothing to do with the price of the item, and almost everything to do with what your brain is trying to fix in that moment. And the most surprising part is that the thing your brain is trying to fix has nothing to do with money. Let me explain. Imagine this. You're stressed after a long day. Your phone buzzes with a sale notification, 50% off, today only. Your brain reacts before you even think, because deep inside your brain, there's a system designed to chase pleasure and escape discomfort as fast as possible. It's called the dopamine reward pathway, and it's the same pathway activated by food, social media, and even gambling. Neuroscientists at Stanford University found that just anticipating a purchase triggers a dopamine release. Not buying the product, just thinking about buying it. That means the rush you get isn't from owning something new. It's from the tiny emotional relief your brain feels in the seconds before you tap buy. But that's only the surface layer. There's another force at play, something marketers have spent billions of dollars studying. It's called decision fatigue, a psychological state where your brain becomes less rational the more choices you face. By the end of the day, your ability to resist temptation drops dramatically. This is why impulse spending spikes in the evening, especially between 7 p.m. and midnight, according to data from Klarna and Statista. It's not weakness, it's timing. And here's where the script takes a turn. Most impulse purchases aren't random. They're emotional messages disguised as shopping decisions. For some people, impulse spending is a way to feel in control when life feels uncertain. For others, it's a way to feel rewarded when they don't feel appreciated. And for many, it's simply a way to escape stress, boredom, loneliness, or frustration. Psychologists call this emotional compensation, using purchases to regulate difficult emotions. It works, briefly. Then the guilt comes back, stronger than before. But there's another hidden layer you might not expect. The fear of missing out. Flash sales, limited editions, timers counting down to zero, all of this is engineered to activate the scarcity instinct in your brain. Studies from the University of Nebraska found that when people believe a product might run out, they're 45% more likely to buy it, even if they don't need it. Your brain doesn't see a product. It sees a threat. If I don't get this now, I'll lose something. And now we reach the most interesting part. Impulse spending isn't just emotional or biological, it's social. People spend more impulsively when they feel behind, when they're comparing their lives to others, or when their identity feels shaky. Social media intensifies this. When you see everyone else upgrading their lives, your brain registers it as a gap, something you must catch up to. And in that moment, a purchase becomes a psychological bridge between who you are and who you think you should be. So, how do you stop impulse spending? Not through strict budgeting or deleting apps. Those rarely work long term. The real solution starts with awareness. Here's the breakthrough. The moment you ask yourself, what emotion am I trying to fix right now? The impulse loses its power. Because impulse spending isn't about the item, it's about the feeling underneath it. If you pause long enough to identify the feeling, stress, boredom, insecurity, pressure, you interrupt the dopamine loop. And once the loop breaks, the urge fades almost instantly. The truth is, impulse spending doesn't happen because you're careless. It happens because your brain is trying to protect you from discomfort, and buying something is the fastest escape it knows. But you're not stuck with that pattern. Once you understand the psychology behind your impulses, you can choose differently. You can pause. You can redirect. You can take back control. And the next time that sudden urge to buy something hits you, you'll recognize it not as temptation, but as information, a signal from your brain asking for something deeper than another item in your cart.